Now, if you're like me, you know this film from the play. So, today's review is the film Macbeth. Came out today in England. First reaction of the whole film, wow. It's the film that Macbeth has always deserved, with an amazing cast. Michael Fassbender is one of my favourite actors of all time. I think he's so good at what he does. And he plays Macbeth in Macbeth. It is, the way my friend described it, and I see this completely, is if Shakespeare was to make a movie of his plays, if he was still alive nowadays, that would be a prime example of what it would look like completely. He wasn't saying it in so much of a positive term. He wasn't a massive fan of the film. I liked it. I thought it was good. There were some bits that I wasn't a massive fan of, but we'll get onto that later. Let's just go through the gist of Macbeth. Now, like I said at the beginning, you'll know what this is if you studied English around GCSE level or A level. Maybe you had a different play, but Macbeth opens up around a battle in Scotland. It's all set in Scotland. A battle in Scotland between rebels trying to take over the king's position, who is King Duncan. And after the battle's won by Macbeth, who's a hero, three witches convince him that he will be king, and other things that are going to happen in the future, which leads Macbeth to do certain things. But I'm not going to get into it, even though you guys probably know what's what in Macbeth. Macbeth is played by Michael Fassbender. Paddy Considine is in it. He plays Banquo, who's his best friend, who, even though Banquo's only in it for a small period of time, he does such a good job at it. I've always thought Paddy Considine, he knows what he's doing. He's just such a good actor. And then we have Lady Macbeth, that's played by Marianne Cotillard. I think that's how you pronounce her name. She does a pretty good job at it, but I'll get onto the other points later on. Then you have King Duncan, who is played by David Fiennes. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He also plays Lupin in Harry Potter. He does a great job as well. Mainly just a big British cast, to be fair, and it's great. It's really good, and visually, it's incredible. Like, the director, he's a director who's made the Snowtown or Snowtown Murders. If you haven't seen it, it is really, really fucked up, but visually amazing. He's really good at doing visual stuff, and it just out of nowhere, there's times where there might not be much happening, but visually you're like, whoa, to watch that HD in a cinema would be awesome. So as much as I love the film, Michael Fassbender just gives an amazing performance, like he always does. There were some little bad bits as which I'm not coming out of the film like, oh my god, that's the best film ever. It's a great film, really good. But in the play, obviously it's not supposed to be, but it's based on the Shakespeare play, and it's the story in general. I feel when I'm reading the Shakespeare play that Lady Macbeth does go completely insane. And yeah, it does hint on it a bit, but I feel like the pacing wasn't good, it wasn't as what I was expecting it to be, and I didn't feel like there was enough from Lady Macbeth of her being crazy, because I feel like she goes crazy, like she does start to go completely insane, and I don't think that we get the key scenes that I really love. There's two scenes in the Shakespeare play in Macbeth that I love to read. One of them is in a dinner scene where Macbeth sees someone, and they do that really well. There are little bits I would have added, but they do that still perfectly. And then there's a scene with Lady Macbeth when she sees a spot on her hand. I don't think they do that well. My personal opinion, I wanted a bit more craziness out of it, because that is the character of Lady Macbeth. She does go insane from her own doing. Fight scenes were awesome. Slow-mo Like visually again, they did it so well. The main things that deliver from this film are the direction is amazing. Like he just does it so well. Michael Fassbender just boom. I'm. Uh, there's still a lot more to come before Oscar season, like Hateful Eight, a few other things that normally kind of take Oscar stuff, and DiCaprio's new film coming out as well. But I think Fassbender has a very good chance of getting Best Actor from this, to be fair, unless someone comes out of nowhere and just gives a performance like I've never seen before. The director, though, I think could win Best Director, and I think for visual effects, it's up against Mad Max. It could win. Like it has the potential. Verdict of Macbeth. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. It was so close to a 5, and I was really enjoying it right at the beginning. I enjoyed it throughout the film, but like I said, the little parts where they don't develop on Lady Macbeth enough. Like I know the film's called and the play's called Macbeth, but it's Lady Macbeth as well. She's the one that's a massive part of him going insane as well. Like how she's pulling the strings, it's awesome, and the effects from that don't show enough. So it's a 4 out of 5, but definitely one of the best films I've seen this year. One of the better films I've seen this year. There's been some not very good films this year. I'd say out of directors to keep an eye on that director because he is going to be doing some interesting stuff. I think it's a 4 out of 5 from me. This has been Stuff and Things. My next review might be The Last of Us remaster. I've literally just played it and played the add-on as well, Left Behind. So that should be coming soon. But yeah, let me know what you think and like, subscribe, share. Thanks for watching.